In this video, I'll show you how to make a basic time run from start to finish. So let's get started. Let's start with a basic layout of the map. I'm just going to make a U shape. Using E to drag the edges of the brushes. This is going to be the floor of the map. Then let's make the walls. A height of 128, it's jumpable. I'm going to double it though, but I want half of it to be a wall and half of it to be skybox. But I got a better way of doing that. Let's just make all the walls first. Cut them up. Mirror it. Drag to the other side. Oops. Control Z as always is undo. It's good to know. There we go, got some basic walls up. Now let's double the height. And then we'll put a roof on it. So now we got like a basic track. This will be the start, but first we need to import the necessary entities. That roundabouts in the middle. Change the angle on these to 90. Go. Save as. Oops, I saved it wrong. Got the map at the end. Go. Now it's added to maps in your ET main folder. Now we've got the basic layout. Let's add some textures. I prefer the light color, the light wall on there. That. Or the alternative way of doing it with the middle mouse button. Then I hold Control Shift and middle mouse button. Then sky, I'll use the skybox from the skybox tutorial, or the texture tutorial rather. Select it and then Control Shift middle mouse, apply it. The outside is still covered in cog, so all the faces that you can't see are covered in cog. Let's apply a texture to the floor. This is fine. Go back to the start. Let's make a little indication on the floor where the where the run starts. So with X, I'll use Clipper tool and make a little line on the floor. As you can see, the sides of this brush are also cog. Just select top face and let's make that a different texture so you know that's the start. It's somewhere in the middle here, let's make a little obstacle that you have to go over. Let go, a ramp, little other block in the way, apply a texture to it. That looks fine. Well, it doesn't really, but it's just a tutorial, so won't worry about it too much. Again, let's make a little mark at the end where the run ends. Or let's just make it end when you hit the wall. So I got the basic layout of the map. You start, hit a checkpoint, go around, go over this obstacle, and then go to the end. Let's add in the triggers. Under common, we need the trigger texture. Let's make a checkpoint just before you go around the corner. And then one on the other side as well. And then one at the end of the map. Now we have to make each one an actual trigger because now it's just a brush. Go trigger multiple. If you want to select it through the roof, normally if you click Shift and then selecting the roof, you have to hold Shift Alt and then you can cycle through the brushes until you've got the one that you want. Trigger multiple here as well. And then the final one. Now let's add in the entities, which is a target start timer, target checkpoint, another one. Doesn't matter where the entities are in the map, but I try and put them near the corresponding trigger so I know that they all that I have enough of them and to tie them together. Just Control K. Save it, build it. Start up ms.exe, select the map we want to test. Obviously I hit the roof there, so we could change that. And also this jump isn't far enough to reach over the obstacle, so we need to adjust that. But you can see the timer's working perfectly at the bottom of the screen. So let's Alt minimize the game and make these adjustments. So let's make the roof a little higher. I think the easiest solution is just make the whole roof higher in this case. Forget to raise all of the walls so that there's no gaps anywhere, because if there are gaps the map won't compile, we get a map leak. I don't need to adjust the triggers because you can't jump over it at this position or at any of the positions really. Then let's adjust the ramp. More like that, I guess, to test it out again. Something else we could do is we could make these corners rounded. So let's do that. Bevel. And then we can't see it, so you need to invert it. Control I is invert. Shift S, natural. Textures aren't lined up, so let's try and fix that. Gonna need to rotate it 180. There we go. Looks much better. That's an example of a rounded corner. You could do that in a map. You could also fill in this top by using cap selection and selecting this option, but I'm going to do it right now. Recompile the map. And then I'll press F7, which is the key to restart the map in ms.exe. You see our rounded corner that we made. This time we didn't hit the roof, and we actually managed to clear the obstacle. And the time's working, so that's how you make a default map. You could also run the light compile. Now that it's finalized, we can run one of these later compiles. Let's run a final compile. That does the brushes inside the map and the entities with the meta. Then it does this, so that improves your FPS by splitting the map into different pieces, and then only certain parts of the map are loaded into memory at a certain time, so it increases your frames per second. And then it does a light compile. You get nice lights. So now let's try that out in game. Press F7 to reload the map. There you have it, some nice light effects. And that's how you make a very basic time run.